हेलो दोस्तों, बिगनर्स फ्रेंड में आपका स्वागत है और अभी हम कर रहे हैं करंट अफेयर्स। सेंटर आस्क स्टेट्स टू गिव इमरजेंसी प्रोक्योरमेंट पावर टू सिविल डिफेंस अथॉरिटीज। The center has asked all states to give emergency procurement power to the heads of the civil defense authorities in case of an emergency situation. Director General of Fire Services, Civil Defense and Home Guards Vivek Srivastava today wrote to states in this regard. Referring to the civil defense rules, he said that the rules empowers the states to take certain measures deemed necessary for the protection of people and properties from damage or for ensuring the due maintenance of vital services in the event of hostile attack. He added that funds of the local authority will be applicable to the payment of the charges and expense incidental to such compliance, and priority shall be given to such compliance or over all other duties and obligations of the local authority. Our correspondent reports that the government is putting all out efforts to ensure full proof functioning of emergency systems and availability of essential services. Hospitals and medical institutions have been asked to ensure availability of essential drugs, adequate supply of blood, oxygen, and trauma care kits, among others. Public sector banks have clarified that all its services, including ATMs, cash deposit and withdrawal machines, and digital services, are fully operational. Indian Oil Corporation has assured that there are ample fuel stocks across the country and its supply lines are operating smoothly. Pakistan indulges in spreading misinformation on digital media to manipulate public perception. A befitting response of India against Pakistan's aggression on all fronts has made terror breeding ground Pakistan so nervous that it has now indulged in running a disinformation factory in the digital space, from pushing fake videos to morph image at social media platforms. Pakistan is making a desperate attempt to mislead the media, distort the global narrative and manipulate public perception. All kind of fake and malicious content are being peddled by nervous Pakistan at different social media platforms. The desperation of Pakistan is has palpable as it using content of video game to boast it on digital platforms against India. A clip of a video game has been circulated relating it to ongoing situation between the two countries. One more example is a video of Dhaka which has been shared to make a false claim of its attack in Jammu. Similarly, a 2020 video of explosive attack in Lebanon was used to claim that Pakistan has launched a missile attack on India. All these deliberated attempts clearly show that New Delhi's heavy retaliation made Islamabad anxious, and it is making failed attempt to control the narrative through a barrage of lies and digital tactics. Pakistani army violated Indian airspace several times over western border (MEA). Pakistan had attempted infiltration at 36 locations from Leh to Sirrik last night by using around 400 drones. Indian armed forces shot down many of these drones using kinetic and non-kinetic means. In a special briefing in New Delhi, Colonel Sophia Qureshi of the Indian Army said that Pakistani army violated Indian airspace several times over the entire western border with the intention of targeting military infrastructure. She said not only this, they also fired heavy caliber weapons along the line of control. She added that the purpose of such large scale aerial institutions was to test air defense systems and collect intelligence. She added that forensic investigation of the wreckage of the drones is being done, and initial reports suggest that they are Turkish S-Guard Songar drones. Wing Commander Vyomika Singh informed that in response to the Pakistani attack, Indian armed drones were launched at four air defense sites in Pakistan, and one of the drones was able to destroy an AD radar. She said Pakistan also carried out artillery shelling across the line of control using heavy caliber artillery guns and armed drones, which resulted in some losses and injuries to Indian Army personnel. She added that Pakistan Army also suffered major losses in Indian artillery fire. Wing Commander Vyomika Singh pointed out that Pakistan did not close its civil airspace despite launching an unprovoked drone and missile attack on the evening of 7th May. She criticized Pakistan for using civil airlines as a shield. Sufficient food reserves in the country, says Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has said that the food reserves in the country are sufficient. Mr. Chauhan urged the citizens to remain calm at the time of any emergency. He added that there has been a bumper production and the conditions are also favorable for the upcoming crops. Briefing media in New Delhi today, the Union Minister also informed that the government will talk to states like Jammu, Kashmir, Punjab, and arrangements for seeds and planting material will also be ensured according to the situation by discussing with the chief ministers. Meanwhile, Consumer Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi said that traders, wholesalers, retailers, or business entities engaging in trading of essential commodities are directed to cooperate with law enforcement agencies. He added that any person indulging in hoarding or stockpiling shall be protected under relevant sections of the Essential Commodities Act. Center empowers Chief of Army Staff to call officers personnel of Territorial Army. Center empowers Chief of Army Staff to call personnel of Territorial Army. Central government empowered Chief of the Army Staff to call out every officer and personnel of the Territorial Army to provide for essential guard or for supporting and supplementing the regular army. The powers were given to Army Chief under Territorial Army Rule 1948. In a Gazette notification, the Ministry of Defense embodied 14 infantry battalions out of the existing 32 infantry battalions of Territorial Army in the areas of Southern Command, Eastern Command, Western Command, Central Command, Northern Command, Southern Command, Andaman Nicobar Command, and Army Training Command. This order will remain in force for 3 years till 9th of February 2028. Indian Armed Forces thwart all attempts by Pakistan air defense units, successfully intercept and block all missiles and drones. Indian Armed Forces thwart all attempts by Pakistan to target northern and western cities using drones and missiles last night. According to the headquarters integrated defense staff, Pakistan also attempted to target military stations in Jammu, Pathankot, and Udhampur, and locations near the international border. However, the Indian Armed Forces successfully neutralized the attack, and no loss of life has been reported. Eight missiles from Pakistan were directed at Satwari, Samba, Araspura, and Arnia of Jammu and Kashmir. All missiles were intercepted and blocked by air defense units. The visuals over Jammu remind of exactly Hamas-style attack on Israel. Pakistan army is operating, behaving like the terror organizations Hamas. India shall sign terms of reference for comprehensive economic partnership agreement. India and Chile signed the Terms of Reference (TOR) for a Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement (CEPA), marking a significant advancement in their bilateral trade relations. The mutually agreed TOR was signed yesterday by Ambassador of Chile in India, Juan Anglo, and Joint Secretary, Department of Commerce, Vimal Anand. Ministry of Commerce in a statement said that both sides reiterated their shared vision for strengthening bilateral relations and look forward to fruitful decision during the first round scheduled for 26 to 30 of this month in New Delhi. The CEPA aims to build upon the existing preferential trade agreement between the two nations. It seeks to encompass a broader range of sectors, including digital services, investment promotions, and cooperation, MSME, and critical minerals, among other, for enhancing economic integration and cooperation. India and Chile are strategic partners and close allies, sharing warm and cordial relations. Bilateral ties have steadily strengthened over the years with the exchange of high-level visits. A framework agreement on economic cooperation was signed between the two countries in January 2005, followed by Preferential Trade Agreement (PTA) in March 2006. Since then, economic and commercial relations between India and Chile have remained robust and continue to grow. AM Dr. S. Jaishankar extends greetings on Europe Day. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has extended greetings to EU High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy Kaja Kallas on Europe Day today. In a social media post, Dr. Jaishankar said that the country values the steady expansion of its strategic partnership with EU. Pakistan resorts to spreading fake news and misinformation on digital. After India's retaliatory strikes, a seemingly nervous Pakistan has resorted to spreading fake news and misinformation in digital space. It is fabricating stories of miraculous military victories which reflect Islamabad's deliberate attempt to mislead the media, distort the global narrative, and manipulate public perception. The nervousness is so palpable that Pakistan is claiming that its missile has it hit India's air defense system by sharing an image of a fire at a military site in Moscow, which took place in 2030. Another laughable attempt one can see is where an old video from Indonesia is being shared to claim an attack on Indian military colony. Similarly, an image is being circulated from the Ukraine-Russia conflict has Pakistan army intercepting a UAV drone. All these show that a nervous Islamabad is trying hard to shift the focus from its nefarious design to protect terrorists and control the narrative with a barrage of lies and digital theatrics. और इसी के साथ करेंट अफेयर्स हो जाती है समाप्त.